Good day, everyone. I hope that your day is going well. Prayerfully, it is. I'd like to welcome you to my Aisha Speaks Jade podcast, where I am your host, Aisha, also known as Jade. And today's episode is going to be on Your Focus Determines Your Reality. Your focus determines your reality. So as I'm speaking and sharing different examples or scenarios or the what ifs, you may or may not agree, and that's totally fine because it's not a right or wrong answer for me. It's the answer that fits you. But I just am giving you some food for thought as I'm going on in this topic today. So again, it's your focus determines your reality. So you can play a conscious role in determining your own experience of reality, or you can allow forces outside of yourself to decide for you. The first option takes effort, and the second one will occur by default if you do not make that effort. So we live in a peculiar world where it is easier to find ourselves in a painful situation than it is to live in a positive one. Absolutely. We surely, a lot of us, not all of us, but we surely can think more into the negative part of our lives versus what can we do positive or what have we done positive. We don't give ourselves the gratitude and the thankfulness that we should when we do positive things. Even if it's a small thing, it's still gratitude, right? You have to appreciate yourself as well. So this has to do with the physics of our infinitive universe, which as Telstar, we refer to it as a reverse flow of energy. So some people in science may call it entropy. So here's some examples, a couple of examples by what I'm talking about. So, for example, if you want to live in poverty, that's easy. Simply make no effort at all, and you are likely to end up there. To be prosperous, on the other hand, takes a lot of focus and effort. If you want to be physically out of shape, that's easy too. Pretty much just sit around and do absolutely nothing. Don't be active, and without expending any focus or energy, you will easily become weak and flabby. However, if you want to stay physically strong and vital, you will have to expend energy and make a focused effort, right? Because it's not taken away. It's not saying that people are not empathetic or understanding. It's just that you have to play your part as well. And some things may take longer than other times, but you have to have patience and determination and stay focused, right? Change that mindset, because pretty much you will be stuck where you are. And we can't keep blaming everyone else. We have to learn how to take some responsibilities for ourselves as well. And so I want to give another example. So if you want to see a relationship deteriorate, right? You sick of it. You don't feel like doing it no more. You've put in all that you can put in. Just do nothing and watch it deteriorate. Watch that relationship be over. Make no effort whatsoever towards the other person. The relationship will easily fall apart. On the other hand, we all know that high quality relationships take effort and consciousness. So for those of us that are in relationships, whether it's just a relationship, whether it's relationship, married, domestic partnership, significant other, whatever the case may be, if you say that you're in it for the long run, you have to go through the good, bad, and indifferent. You can't, when everything is wonderful, the honeymoon is great, you're sticking in it. Bam, boom, bow, got it. But the minute something happens, you're ready to throw in the towel. Give it up. I can't take it. This is it. Can't stand you. Can't stand you. Then maybe that relationship should not really have started in the first place. See, that's the thing when it comes to relationships. And when I mean relationships, besides what I'm speaking on, I mean all relationships, not just intimate, married, significant other, domestic partnership. I'm saying that when you get into something with someone, right, you want to get to know them. You want them to get to know you. You're good. You want them to know you're good, bad, and indifferent. If you're seeing yourself with that person more than just a friend or a best friend, you gotta just eventually let that individual know. That gives that person the opportunity to say, hey, I wanna get into this, or maybe we should just fall back and just be friends. Okay? So that's talking about, an example of a relationship. So it's easy to be unconscious. It takes effort and focus to be conscious. If you understand what I have said thus far, you can probably have an instant revelation about many of your problems and why they are there. So I'm going to be breaking down a few things, and again, hopefully it resonates. This is not a right or wrong answer. This is not a preach to you. This is just a speak to you and kind of make you aware of some things. If it sounds good, that's what's up. Perhaps you'll change some ways. If not, that's okay too. Make sure to share this with someone else because it could resonate with them. So the first is human beings are reactive by nature. Human beings are reactive by nature. So this inherent reverse flow of energy in our universe causes us to be unconsciously reactive to the world around us. We perceive that circumstances are coming at us and that we must react to them accordingly. This reactive side of our human nature produces fragmentation and also confusion in our perception. This is because we can't control everything that goes on outside of us. We can't predict the unexpected. When we are reactive, we lose focus and we immediately lose a sense of ourselves. We become unconscious and fear-based. We feel out of control of our own destiny. We are liable to either lash out or we can withdraw. We go unconscious and allow our fear-based patterns to take over. We live on a form of autopilot and can therefore feel possessed by our own unwanted habits, our tendencies, and our beliefs that go against what we really want in life. So all of these above that I have just spoke about happens when we lose focus and allow our unconscious minds to take over our lives. And the end result is feeling like a victim of ourselves and our own circumstances. And I'm sure for the majority of us, we don't want that. The next I want to speak on is harness your power to focus. Harness your power to focus. So you are a conscious being of light. You have access to infinite intelligence that supersedes your regular, everyday, habitual thinking. Your higher consciousness lives above your automatic, reactive patterns that are always ready to spring into action at a moment's notice. You can allow your higher consciousness to merely act as a witness to all of this automatic behavior, or you can harness your ability to focus your higher consciousness on a specific desired result. So you ask, what do I mean by higher consciousness? Higher does not necessarily mean out of reach. So in this sense, higher refers to a higher order of being. It refers to the part of us that seeks happiness, love, peace, and fulfillment. It refers to our higher self that seeks to evolve into a life that exists in harmony with the greater universe of divine love. You can actually be fully aware of this higher order of self at all times if you are paying attention. And that's what we need to do. We have to focus and pay attention. It's the you that wants and believes in a good life. It's the you that believes in love and the heart. It also the you that often gets repressed by the voice of the ego, with all of its pessimistic advice and negative evidence from the past. This higher you is a radiating light of consciousness that has the power to create. Your choice is to either focus that light on something specific that you desire to create, or by default allow it to become fractured or fragmented and confused through unplanned reactions to the world around you. So again, it's about focusing, staying in that now, paying attention. The next that I want to speak on is how can we focus the light of our consciousness on creating what we want? So in order to focus the light of your consciousness, you first have to acknowledge that it exists. This should not be hard to do because the very fact that you are aware of yourself proves the reality of this. And once you have acknowledged that you are aware and have consciousness, the next thing is to notice is that you also have a will. Using your will, you can consolidate the light of your consciousness into a singular focus whenever you want to. The fact is that you already do this many times during the day without thinking about it. It's the only way to get anything done. But it becomes a problem when you allow your focus to be dissipated into reactive behavior. So my suggestion is that you take conscious command of your ability to focus, people, and train that light and energy on exactly what you want. So again, take conscious command of your ability to focus. Keyword, focus. Take conscious command of your ability to focus. Train that light and energy on exactly what you want. Next up is I want to speak about stop focusing on what you don't want. Stop focusing on what you don't want. So there are two simple ways to create unhappiness in your life. The first is to focus on what you don't want. And the second is to focus on things that are out of your control. What you focus on is what you will get. Like that. What you focus on is what you will get. So if you focus on things that are out of your control, you will immediately feel that your life is out of control. So the second way to create unhappiness is to focus on what you don't want. This manifests as focusing on the things you are not happy about in your life and obsessing over the excuses as to why they are there. This is a sure way to keep such an unhappy experience alive. Next is focus on what you really want to experience, which could be your goals and your dreams. Focus on what you really want to experience. So question, do you have any goals in your life? May sound like a really weird question, but it's not. Ask yourself, do you have any goals in your life? Some people may not. As silly as that may seem to a lot of people, some people may not. Do you have any goals in your life? Any affirmations about what you want to create? So these things are important because they provide a positive sense of direction for your focus. Without a sense of where you want to be, you don't know where to focus. Anything can happen, and you will likely be living a very reactive life. And you will also feel a lack of power to effect positive change in your life, which can be a rather depressing state of affairs. Your ability to focus is a God-given, or, whatever word you want to change it up with, creator, universe, what have you, is a God-given gift that you possess as a creator in your life. What you focus on completely determines your experience. Your focus serves as a steering wheel that determines the direction of your life. So if you focus on the past or on other things that you can't control, you will feel powerless. And I have to say that just hit me right now, because in an earlier conversation, I was speaking about something that happened in my childhood, even into my adulthood, that affected me, that indirected a family member of mine and family members of mine. And I was like, I can't get over it. I don't want this person to bother me, reach out to me, or anything. Like, I was all in that negative space, and I'm transparent. I'm not going to put names out there, but I'm transparent. I had those negative thoughts and spoke those negative words. Though I did say, that I wish no ill will, but just don't bother me. So I'm kind of playing both sides. Though I'm not wishing any ill will, I still said negative thoughts, right? Yeah. So those are things in the past that I can't control. And I am a work in progress. As I've always said, I am far from perfect, don't claim to be perfect, don't want to be perfect. I just want to be the best me that I can be in my life. So I am a work in progress. And so those things I can't control, because they are what? They are my past, and I can't control it. I have to work on and learn to move forward. And some things are taking me a little longer than I wanted them to. But if I just continue to keep working on them, find a strategy where I can let that past be what that is and not consume myself in it, I'll learn just how to move forward. Okay, so again, if you focus on the past or on other things that you can't control, you will feel powerless, stuck, and unhappy, which is so, so true. On the other hand, if you focus on the things that you can control, you have a chance to feel confident and in command of your own destiny. And that is my life goal, continuing to be in command of my own destiny. Let my past be where my past is. Focus on moving forward to my present and my destiny and my future to come, and the positive things that I can work on so that I can be the best me I can be and be successful as well. Because I feel like when you're focusing on the past, that really interrupts everything that you're trying to accomplish right now. So if you focus on things you don't want, you are focusing on things that make you unhappy. Thus, you will feel unhappy. Focus instead on what you do want, and then devise creative ways to make that happen. This will uplift you. It will energize you and open the door to happy experience of living as a creator in your own life. And that's what I'm hoping that a lot of you guys want to be. You want to be the creator of your own life. I know that I do. I can speak for myself. I want to be the creator of my own life, and I want an abundance or unlimited door of happiness, opportunities to be. But that won't happen if I keep thinking about some things that happened in the past. If I say that I'm going to let it be in the past, then that's what it needs to be for me. And again, I'm not perfect, because my brain can go in the archives and it could pull it out And it makes me feel ill to be truthful when I speak about it, but it's a trigger for me. And I'm not saying it's right, nor am I trying to make excuses. I'm just speaking. My apologies, because many of you know I just paused myself. Again, I'm a work in progress. I'm not perfect. I am working on me. I'm working on things that I'm still thinking about in the past. I am in my journey of recovering and healing. And when I say recovery, that does mean things that I've kind of been stuck in the past. So I have to work on that if I want to be the full creator of my life. And I absolutely want to. My personal life, my business life, right now, my corporate life that I'm in right now, which I look to as my goal to retire from that and just be in my full-time business life. So, I want to be the creator of my own life. You should say that to yourself. If you're not, say it. I am the creator of my own life. And I want to open the door to the happy experience. Have a wonderful destination. So thanks, guys. I truly appreciate you guys for taking the time to listen, whether you are on here live or if you're going to listen to the replay, which will be available shortly after. I do want to apologize because my finger hit something and this podcast paused for a brief moment. So I'm just letting you know, heads up in advance, but continue to keep listening as I appreciate each and every one of you. I also, if you have not already, go ahead and just, join and like my social media platforms. If you're not already, join my Facebook here, my Aisha Speaks Jade podcast. I'm also on Instagram and Twitter, and I have a YouTube channel. Again, you can find me on Facebook right here, right now, Instagram, Twitter, and my YouTube channel at Aisha Speaks Jade. Aisha Speaks Jade. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and my YouTube channel, which you can go to and subscribe. Hit that thumbnail to subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification bell to keep yourself in the loop, in the know of everything. Also, please, I appreciate your patience in advance as I am working on uploading everything. It's been a little slow, but it's all good. You can catch me on Facebook, but again, just like and join all my social media platforms. Also, if you're on LinkedIn, I am too. You can find me on LinkedIn at Aisha Jade Speaks. Aisha Jade Speaks if you're on LinkedIn. If not, you should create one. It's a pretty cool platform. Aisha Jade Speaks. With that being said, always self-care is a priority. Never let it be a choice. Always a priority. Self-care, start loving and respecting yourself, know your self-worth and and your value. Also create your happiness as well as create your greatness. Like Nike, just do it. If it if you have fear of it, if you have anxiety, if you're not sure, just step out on your belief, on your faith. Take a step. It's the thing that's going to make you very successful. And as we all know, we're all going to go through challenges because that is life. That's life. But when you go through those challenges, make sure to catch it, check it, and change it. It's going to be a journey, absolutely, but it can be accomplished. With that in mind, peace and blessings be upon each and every one of you. Nam Yoho Rinke Kyo, Ashe, and make sure to be good to yourself. Peace out.